Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. Do you like my glow again? It's because we're working on Measure for Measure, and today we get to hear from the Duke and Isabella. While we are in Act 4, Scene 3 of Measure for Measure. So the stuff that is going on right now, we are in the prison and there's lots of switcheroos going on. Mariana was going to go to Angelo's to sleep with him so that Isabella wouldn't have to, but that everybody would be able to walk away from it being just fine. And then Barnardine was supposed to be killed instead of Claudio, but Barnardine was too drunk to be killed, so he went back to his cell, and they're like, oh, just by chance somebody else died who looks a lot more like Claudio, so we'll take his head to Angelo and tell people that Claudio has died. So the provost has gone off to do that, and the Duke, who's still dressed as a friar, has sent letters to various people saying that the Duke is going to be coming back like within a day, whatever, and that he wants to meet Angelo at the gates of the city when he arrives. So Angelo and Aeschylus should both be there. So after the provost leaves with the head of the other prisoner to take to Angelo, Isabella comes in because she wants to know if the deed is done, if her brother has been pardoned, and the Duke says no, he hasn't. He has been freed of life. So he's still trying to psych her out. He still wants her to be angry in this whole thing, which is just mean at this point, I think. And she thinks so too. Well, she doesn't know that she's being fooled, but she is furious, obviously, that Claudio has been killed. So she starts swearing and cursing. I mean, she's not actually swearing because she's a nun, but she starts cursing people left and right and all over the place. And, curse Angelo and curse this person and curse that person and on and on. And the Duke, in order to calm her down a little bit, says, "This nor hurts him nor profits you a jot. Forbear it, therefore. Give your cause to heaven. Mark what I say, which you shall find by every syllable of faithful verity. The Duke comes home tomorrow." May dry your eyes. "One of our covent and his confessor gives me this instance. Already he hath carried notice to Aeschylus and Angelo, who do prepare to meet him at the gates, there to give up their power. If you can pace your wisdom in that good path that I would wish it go, and you shall have your bosom on this wretch, grace of the Duke, revenges to your heart, and general honor. I am directed by you. This letter, then, to Friar Peter give. 'Tis that he sent me of the Duke's return. Say, by this token, I desire his company at Mariana's house tonight. Her cause and yours I'll perfect him withal, and he shall bring you before the Duke. And to the head of Angelo, accuse him home and home for my poor self. I am combined by a sacred vow, and shall be absent. Wend you with this letter. Command these fretting waters from your eyes with a light heart. Trust not my holy order if I pervert your course." Who's here? So what he's saying here is first of all, he starts off, "Isabella, this is not going to be helpful to anybody if you just sit and curse people. So, calm down, relax. The Duke is coming tomorrow and he's going to fix everything. If you'll just play along with what I have to say." And she says, yes, she will. And he says, okay, then take this letter to Friar Peter and let him know to meet me at Mariana's house, and then we will take it from there and get all of this stuff sort of straightened out. But of course, I won't be there tomorrow, says the Duke as a friar. He says, I won't be there because I have to be somewhere else. It's because it's the Duke and he has to be there as the Duke. But anyway, he's like, this letter should set everything to right. And then at the very end, he's like, who comes there? And it's Lucio come in, who expresses his condolences to Isabella. She leaves to take the letter off to Friar Peter, and then Lucio continues to rip on the Duke a little bit more like he had done previously, saying that he's crazy and not above board and things like that. And the Duke is like, you've said enough about the Duke. I don't need to hear anymore. I have to leave. And Lucio's like, oh, I'll go with you. I have more stories to tell. And the Duke's like, no, really, you don't have to do that. And Lucio's like, yeah, but I'm gonna anyway. And then that's the end of the scene. So all of the pieces are coming into place. And I don't know if maybe it's just me, but this part starts to remind me of As You Like It, the very end when Rosalind is doing the, I'll marry you if I ever marry a woman. I don't marry you, then you'll marry him, and I'll marry you if blah, 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 all of this stuff where, and then she met a magician, and that's what's going to be able to transform her back into herself instead of being Ganymede. So yeah, we're seeing similar themes and similar plot tactics in this play that we've seen in other ones. And just curious, do you think this play's going to turn out the way that those other ones did? Either As You Like It or All's Well That Ends Well? Thoughts? I don't know. Leave me a comment, and I will see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.